I'll leave it to. I'm not one to necessarily be interpreting or claiming to have a unique understanding of what voters want. That's a matter for voters. But this is about, from my point of view, I'll tell you what I care about and what I was sent to do, and that is to get the place open, get the place vaccinated, create jobs, set us up next year, have a summer that's filled with those precious things like connecting with family, being able to go and enjoy live music, being able to go and have a beer at a pub or a coffee at a cafe and sit down inside, all of those things, together with seeing family and friends, all those sort of things that's what I care about, as well as keeping people safe, supporting our health team to do their important work. They're the things I care about. They're the things I'm up early and to bed late working on, not some of the other things we've been talking about at the moment, because they're part of another process, and we should let that process unfold. Sure. And again, obviously we extend our deepest sympathies and condolences to the families of those people. This will be an incredibly difficult time for them. Minister Foley and I think the Chief Health Officer, if not somebody from that team, will be out a bit later on this morning, and they should be able to give you the ages and I think probably the local government area details on those people. I'm happy to come back to you. I can't definitively say. I haven't seen it yet. But I've seen lots of other stuff, but I haven't seen it yet. There's been lots of lengthy meetings. And look, it's not that's not directly linked to my reticence earlier on to give you, my sort of view of what next week looks like. There is some more work to do. We've always been informed by modelling. But this is kind of unique to be... This is, for the first time, we will ease these rules, we will end these lockdowns, we will move to a lockout rather than a lockdown because we've been able to get the vaccination numbers to where we thought they'd be, and in fact to be beyond that. That's the really impressive thing. Now, we've never done that before. Every other lockdown has been about protecting the health system, COVID and non-COVID, while we get people vaccinated. So it's no small thing. It's a massive achievement to be closing in on 70, to be closing in on 90% first dose, which guarantees that, because literally everybody who gets a first dose comes back for a second, will be one of the most vaccinated parts of the world anywhere. Like it's an amazing thing.
Is that model you're waiting on
Well, in some ways, it's not the only thing that we'll be looking at. But we'll also be looking at, for instance, just to give you a sense of what happens. Very early in the morning, very late at night, you get the what's on the board, you get all as much information as you can. There's in a series of meetings all throughout the morning, and then the whole thing starts again in the evening, where you're looking at, and I'm briefed on what's occurred that day, trends, patterns, to the extent that we know about them, things like how many people are in hospital, their ages, how many are in ICU, how many aren't, all of those things. So it's a constant monitoring exercise, and it is fair to say that we have less patients in hospital than New South Wales did at a similar point. It's true to say that we're at the more optimistic end of the Burnett curve, or the Burnett graph, than we might have been. But there's still very significant pressure in our hospital system at the moment because our people are just tired. They've done 18 months like never before, and it takes its toll. That's why the additional recruits, a raft of changes, the most recent of which the shift allowance, is so important.